Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 82 yards. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard, where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Murray off play action. Steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Murray now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Second and 6. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Second and 11 now. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cards are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Going deep for Hopkins. They got his man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. To throw, it's Murray. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. 7 yards, the pickup there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Escaping the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. To throw is Murray. Short little throw to Ebron. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Murray to air it out again. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. These two teams all tied after 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. They run the counter. Pollard. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his left. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. They're going to look to throw. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Murray. He's got long. He's tied in complete. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1. And they'll run again. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Working with his 2nd and 4. On the draw, it's Gibson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now the ball comes loose, and this is recovered by the Cardinals.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Murray now. Going deep for Hopkins. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And you get a look at the final readout on air distance, according to Next Gen Stats. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for...
He's got a man, complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A huge play there for Washington.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Going deep for Hopkins. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there just before halftime. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. That catch good for only a couple. Second and goal from inside the 5. Throwing again, Murray. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals would extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense, as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. They go play action here on first down. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They'll set up a throw. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
2nd and 4. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 38. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Cardinals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. Yeah, he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know, what do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
someone
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Arizona. This is taken around the 12. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter, tackled by Isaiah Simmons. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking deep downfield. It got his man complete. Touchdown, Washington. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 77 yards. And Washington able to get a score back. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's looking all the more likely that a fifth straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 63 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll run with Pollard. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Come on, QB, come on. 552. Let's go, D.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they take a knee. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guy